Well, that's interesting. I've just found out that there are, how is it, 164,000 Commonwealth soldiers are. Soldiers from, I don't know, it was England and, well, from the UK, from World War One, have never been identified and they're buried. I mean, some of it is a bit grotesque. It's the only way they can do it, to identify. And so there was, like, I think it was somebody who was in the Salvation Army, and I think they'd really kicked off about these soldiers being buried in the middle of no man's land, and I didn't know about that, but they're all over, and there are so many sort of arguments between French governments and Belgian governments and European governments as to where they should be and why they should be removed and all sorts. So there's 164,000, I think it was English ones from World War One, and then there's World War Two will be like that as well. Well, my mother's dad, I never met him. He died when my mother was a month pregnant with me. That's the story I'm told. But my dad suddenly started. This is talking about his wife's dad, my mother's dad. He tried to join the army for World War One and World War Two, but he had flat feet. Well, that's all I know. But I know about his son because obviously my mother's brother was killed in World War Two. But he got into the RAF, so why didn't he have flat feet? And my dad's granddad is apparently struck by lightning, but my dad's mother was born in the 1890s, and I don't know when the Boer War was, so was he really struck by lightning, or it's just never been found? I mean, I don't know. I mean, all I know was my grandmother was married to a man who didn't have the same surname as me dad, but actually divorced or lost her husband in World War One. She was old. He could have been old enough to fight, and he's never been found. I don't know, but it's really sort of altered me attitude now, because I mean, I was badly bullied as a kid and spat at by my dad's stepfather. Called a piece of, well, a little pap, not as in paparazzi. A little pap is something that ends up in the toilet. That's the way he saw it, and anyway. But and I was bullied until my hair fell out because I was artistic, and I always had a girlfriend. Whereas I'm not going to blame this on my brother, because I now realise it could have been someone made up to look like him. There could have been someone made up to look like my mother, who could have led my brother away from my mother without my brother seeing either of them, or one of them, and somebody else could have come into my house, our house, and bullied me. But I was bullied until my hair fell out, and I lost all artistic ability, and then my nana went senile when I was 10. This all started when I was 9, and when my hair fell out when my nana went senile. That was my mother's mother, because I used to go to a warehouse to get away from this bully. I don't know who they were, but I always thought they were my brother, but I wouldn't like to drop him in it, cause trouble for him if it wasn't. And that's the thing. He wasn't, whoever it was, wasn't allowed in my nana's house, because she couldn't cope when he was 2. She couldn't assert herself over him, or whoever they were, and now they could be mothers. So if I was at her house, I was protected. But when she went seeing I had to go to the other grandparents' house, and over the bully was there, and I couldn't get away from it. But yeah, I mean, since 1975, I think I've had 3 friendships. I'm straight, but the bullying, it destroyed my personality and everything. And all my artistic ability, I couldn't express myself artistically, and virtually mute. Verbally, I was virtually mute. And then when I grew up at work, somebody had a problem with that. He's uses at this, uses at that. I don't think he had any idea what had happened to me. And I mean, I was a good engineer. I went for a job. I wanted to be a mechanic, but you can't do that. You're too intelligent. Well, I just had a job stacking sacks. Before that, I was driving a milk van. You're too intelligent to be a mechanic. Well, I wasn't too intelligent to do the other jobs, and I couldn't understand it. They put me in the stores. If I hadn't taken the job, I'd have been kicked out of the house and had no money and nowhere to go. So I did that job, but we got a bullying boss who apparently had been in the army. If you asked me, he wouldn't even get in the army. He was an entertainer. He was all mouth, and I was on about being in the SAS and the paratroops for 23 years. Well, somebody said to me recently, you won't be in the SAS for 23 years. There's no way he'd serve that long. And my attitude is he wouldn't even get into the catering car. But what he doesn't seem to know is what my relatives did. My mother's brother was killed in a bomber crash in World War II. I don't know what my dad's cousins did. The ones who were old enough to fight fought. and one of them may have actually been in the unit that became the SAS, joined with the Paras and became the SAS in World War II. Obviously, this bloke was too young to do that, and he was in charge of me in 85, 86, and he was mad enough about being a member of the SAS in the Falklands in 1982. It would be a war secret, and you wouldn't be allowed to talk about it. But I don't know what me dad's cousin did. Dad seems to know, but he shouldn't have done anyway. And I'm beginning to wonder about my dad towards the end of his life. If that was someone else, but I've forgotten. My dad's cousin. Well, we were told he was in the Desert Rats, but Dad suddenly started saying he was in reconnaissance, which my dad shouldn't have known, because obviously he died in '92. My dad's cousin, before it was declassified. So I don't know, but well, no, he wasn't lost and he wasn't unaccounted for, because he used to often see him. But yeah, it sort of changed my attitude as that. I mean, I've sort of felt a bit lowly, like who was my granddad on my dad's side? Was he a bit of a a thug or whatever, and rape people and I don't know. My grandma was drunk. Is that story true? I don't know. She was very forceful and very forthright, so possibly not. I don't know. I mean, I'm sat here on my own. I only have a brother left. I haven't seen him since Dad's funeral. That's possibly not his fault. I was cycled to his house last Christmas Day, and he wasn't in. It was a sunny day. He was fishing, apparently. He probably was. He's divorced, his son's left home. Well, he's working full time. I can't blame him for going fishing on Christmas Day. And it was a 4-hour bike ride on an electrically assisted bike. I know they're slow, but yeah, it would have been a lot quicker on an ordinary bike, actually. But, well, it's just really changed my attitude that I don't feel as bad as I did, because, I mean, I'm sort of here on my own. My life's I'm 57, I've no kids. I only have one sort of close relative. My life is just been messed up from what I can see by. If you ask me, other people have been fighting over me. I don't know why, and it's just really messed up. But that's kind of given me a bit of hope.